West, B&B Equipment, Wagner Auto, Fisher Rounds and Associates, and all-around graphics.
0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the Governors take game one of the doubleheader of the Lincoln Patriots as they strand the bases loaded on the strikeout.
Governor Baseball is also brought to you by Ferding Electric, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Kruger Contracting, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Avera, and the Oahe YMCA.
There's a strike, the throw 2-2. The tag is applied. They got him out of second. No need to strike him out. The tag from the shortstop, Matt Hansen, to retire the side. And the Governors remain on top 2-0 after 3.5.
And by Kathy Sunshine Properties, First Dakota National Bank, CHS River Plains, Lamb Motors, Sander Auto Parts, and Gales Gas.
Curveball looked out for a strike 3, and that will end the ball game as the Governors will get a doubleheader sweep of the Huron Tigers. 6 straight strikeouts recorded by Lincoln Keenels to finish off the game.
And by Gateway Ford Lincoln and Toyota, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Shane's Pharmacy, Todd's Electric, Edward Jones Financial, and Faith Lutheran Church. Now, with the call of the game, the voice of the Pierre Governors, John Winkler.
And a good evening as we welcome you to opening day for the Pierre Governors as they take on the Sturgis Scoopers here out west. John Winkler here with you on a rather cold Friday night, but such is the case in South Dakota. We will have for you a doubleheader of baseball as the Pierre Governors take on the Sturgis Scoopers for their first game. The Sturgis Scoopers, though, they're coming in with already 4 games already played, 2 wins so far. They're 2-2 on the season. They picked up a win to open up the season against the Douglas Patriots. They won 21-0 over Douglas, and then they split with Harrisburg on the 25th, a day later, as they lost the first game 13-3, came back and won 12-11 in that second game, scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th to win against Harrisburg, and then they fell to the Huron Tigers in their latest contest, 8-3 to Huron. So as they get ready for this game, this is their 5th game of the year, 5th and 6th game coming up tonight, and for the Pierre Governors, this is game 1 and 2, and there's a lot of excitement, always a lot of excitement with the what opening day is, and we're excited to have Pierre Governor Baseball here another year here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Our pregame show, B&B Equipment pregame show, we'll have starting lineups for you before we get things underway, as we will have that for you here in just a little bit. We'll step aside and come back here in 3 minutes with our pregame interview. We'll talk with Lincoln Keenels in our Bank West pregame interview back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At The Y, we're more than a gym. We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at The Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your why at the Oahe Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
The count may change with every pitch, but what doesn't change is God's love for you. Come join us at Faith Lutheran Church to hear about the God who blesses us with athletic skill, meaningful relationships, and the peace and comfort that comes from his Son Jesus. You can worship on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. or on Sunday mornings at 8:30 or 11 a.m. Faith Lutheran Church is up the hill at 714 North Grand and happy to support our athletes, their families, and our community.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, our Bank West pregame interview is with Lincoln Keenels. Lincoln, opening day. How excited are you to be back on the field here this year?
Really excited. I think we all are. I think we're ready to get going and hopefully get 2 dubs here.
Sturgis comes in. They've already played a couple of games, so you got a chance to maybe look at some of the stats, and maybe you don't even care about that stuff. But the fact that they've played a little bit, how important is a good start in the first or second inning?
I think a good start. I think we need to get people on base right away, obviously, and move runners with doing our jobs. But other than that, I think if we keep sticking to what we can do, and I think we'll come out with one.
You know, there's a lot of guys that played last year, a lot of experience coming back. How important is that to get off to a good start because of all the experience from last year?
I think the experience helps a lot with the new guys coming in and them learning everything. And I think we can really stand up to be leaders for them. So I think that with us showing them what to do and starting off the season right, we'll get them ready to go. So.
Brady Getz is your starting pitcher. Strikes are always important early on, but a veteran guy like him who threw the most innings on the team last year, got to be kind of nice to have him on the mound.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I hope he can do his thing, and I'm just excited to play.
You're the leadoff man. How anxious are you going to be at the plate? Are you going to be looking for a first pitch to hit? Or are you going to be trying to take a couple before you get that first swing in?
If there's a pitch there that I like and it's in my zone, I'm gonna swing as hard as I can at it. So
a little bit colder, but yeah, you also mentioned about swinging harder. Metal bats here this year,
yeah.
maybe a little bit chance to get some extra pop on it.
Oh yeah, I'm also excited for that because, I love wood bats and all, but metal bats are really different and I like them. So.
And you're no stranger to a cold to start the season. Does that play a factor into maybe a little bit more small ball here early on? Are you going to be looking at that as a shortstop position?
A little bit, yeah. I think since it's kind of cold, I think the infield will get more work than the outfield right now. So I think we all need to be ready to get to go and make plays.
What else is it going to take to get 2 wins here tonight?
What?
What's it going to take here to get 2 wins tonight?
Hard work, determination, leadership, communication.
Hey, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That is Lincoln Keenels, our pregame interview here on Bank West pregame show, or Bank West pregame interview. We'll return with more of the pregame show after this. You're listening to the pregame show here, Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
As we welcome you back here and getting set for first pitch between the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers. John Winkler here on this Friday evening and looking forward to a fun season here on KCCR as we get to our starting lineups. Batting first, Playing shortstop, Lincoln Keenholz for the Pierre Governors. Matthew Hansen will bat second and play third base. Gary Nedved, the first baseman, will bat at third. Spencer Lettler, the cleanup hitter, playing left field. Jackson Edmond, the DH, will bat fifth. Cade Kaiser will bat sixth and play second base. Jed Zabel, the right fielder, batting seventh. Grayson Hunsley, the catcher, batting eighth. And Brecken Kruger, the center fielder, will bat ninth. On the mound is Dustin Allen for the Sturgis Scoopers. As we look at his numbers so far, Dustin Allen right now, as he's thrown 3 2/3 innings, which is the most on the team. This is his second start. He's got 5 runs, all of them earned. Right now, an ERA of 9.54, but those ERAs are always inflated at the beginning of the season. The whip of 1.63, and with whips being inflated, a 1.63 whip is pretty good. So Dustin Allen will make his second start, 7 strikeouts, just 3 walks in his 3 2/3 innings appearance so far on the season. As we get set for first pitch, opening day has got a little, it is always fun, but it's a little bit more sad this year. Of course, Greg Dean passed away back in January, who would have broadcasted a lot of baseball games with me again this year, especially in the summer in Legion Baseball. We will miss him all year. We're going to miss him every single year, but we still miss him now, and we're still thinking about Greg. We're still thinking about his family, and we loved every minute of calling. I loved every minute of calling baseball with him throughout the years, and I hope that you did too. And invite you to go over right now to YouTube at KCCR Sports if you're listening on the radio, because what we're going to do for this first batter, it is opening day and there's always excitement to it, but with this first batter, Lincoln Keenholz stepping the plate, I'm going to step back and let the sound of baseball take you through this first batter in honor and memory of Greg Dean.
Leading off the top half of the first for your Pierre Governors, going to be number 3, your shortstop, Lincoln Keenholz. First pitch, 457.
Lincoln Keenholz will get on third base to open things up here to start the season. It was missed by the right fielder, Kane Peters. And Keenholz is already in scoring position on a full count pitch. He fouled one pitch away and was able to fly it out to right field, where it was missed by the right fielder, Kane Peters. As Matt Hansen will step to the plate. Runner on third, nobody out here in the top of the first inning. First pitch is outside for ball 1. for Matt Hansen coming in this year. Hit .333 last spring. Had 12 RBIs for the Pierre Governors. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will take on the inside corner, and it's now 1-1. Dustin Allen, the starting pitcher for the Sturgis Scoopers. It is an E9. That will go against the right fielder, Peter. So early on, an unearned run is on third base, and for Dustin Allen, he's got to try and work around it. The 1-1 pitch is upstairs. Now 2-1 to Matthew Hansen. Hansen, one of the seniors that returns to this year's team. Nobody played in 2020. He did not play in 2019, as Hansen will float it out towards right field. It will land just foul down the right field line, and the count's now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, we are live on YouTube at KCCR Sports, as we have been throughout the entire fall and winter seasons, and what we were last year for baseball as well. But we are live here at Sturgis, doubleheader to open up the season. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one will hit the back of Matt Hansen. So the now runners are at the corners with nobody out, and Gary Nedved still with an early RBI opportunity. Nedved will step to the plate. One guy that he will not get cheated out of a swing. .227 batting average last year. Had 4 RBIs, had 1 double on those 5 hits on the spring season. But he mashed the ball during the summer in post-8 Senior Legion. Snow was falling here at Sturgis. What better way to kick off the baseball season than have some snow falling? Here's the first pitch. Nedved will bunt it foul, and it'll get out of play. Starting to make its way back over here, but it will be 0-1 here to Gary Nedved. Runners at the corners here with nobody out in the top of the first inning. Kenols will lead away from third. Hansen on at first. We'll go through the defensive positioning here of the Sturgis Scoopers in just a moment. We'll also have to go through their batting order. We'll get to that in the bottom of the first inning. Dustin Allen is on the mound. He comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Nedved. That one will miss outside, and it's now 1-1. I talk about how he's not going to get cheated out of a swing, and what does he do the first pitch? He tries to lay down a bunt. Snow's coming down pretty good. I don't know if those are watching on YouTube can see it. Hansen will take off for a second. The throw to second. Sliding head first safely is Hansen, as it was up high for ball 2. I believe it was up high for ball 2, but Hansen has taken second base. And the first steal for the Pierre Governors. And it is 2-1 with 2 runners in scoring position here in the top of the first. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one will be taken on the inside. A corner is now 2-2. Kenols is on at third. Hansen at second. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Allen to Nedved. Fouls it off. Good job by Nedved to stay alive. I am really glad, though, the wind is right now blowing out towards the outfield. If it was blowing in, we'd be covered in snow. Well, okay, not maybe covered in snow, but we'd have the snow hitting us. So it's nice to have the wind blowing out towards the outfield. Here's a 2-2 pitch again from Allen to Nedved. That one will come up high on a breaking ball that didn't break across the zone, so it's now 3-2. On deck is Spencer Lettler, the left fielder, the cleanup hitter. Has an early opportunity to maybe come up to the plate with the bases loaded. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Misses outside for ball 4, and it is a walk. And the bases are now loaded with nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Spencer Lettler to the plate. Lettler dealt with some shoulder injuries. As you look at his numbers, .310 batting average, though, last year. Had 13 hits and 42 at-bats. Had 2 triples, 2 doubles. First pitch to Lettler. That one will miss low for ball 1. Nowhere to put Lettler. Allen's going to go right at him here. Top of the first inning. Bases are loaded. Nobody out. Here's the 1-0 from Allen to Lettler. That one will miss inside, and is now 2-0. Lincoln Keenol's on at third. Matthew Hansen at second. Gary Nedved on at first. Spencer Lettler, the hitter. The 2-0 pitch from Dustin Allen to the lefty Lettler is at the letters, taken for strike one, and the count's now 2-1. Good hitters count here for Spencer Lettler, and then you probably heard too the ping of the bat is we've gone to metal bats, no more wood here in the spring season. There's a swing and a miss by Lettler, and the count's now 2-2. Which maybe the offense is driven up a little bit more with the metal bats instead of the wood bats. Be interesting maybe to see at the end of the season how many more runs or how many more hits the Governors have. 2-2 pitch comes in and hits Lettler, and that will drive in the first run of the ball game, and Pierre leads at 1-0 on the RBI hit by pitch for Spencer Lettler, and the bases remain loaded now here for Jackson Edmond. And for Jackson Edmond, went 0 for 3 last year. Did not record a hit. Only had 3 at-bats. Had 5 plate appearances. Drew 2 walks. So a chance to maybe be that every game DH, first baseman, depending on how the infield is stacked up pitching-wise. But a big guy up at the plate right now. First pitch to him is taken for strike one. And for Dustin Allen, it's a big first pitch strike to get ahead of the hitter. The bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the first, a 1-0 lead for the Pierre Governors. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will miss low, and it's now 1-1. Governors, so far, their only ball that's put into play was an error on the right fielder in Kane Peters. A hit by pitch, a walk, and another hit by pitch. They've given the Govs a 1-0 lead. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Edmond. On the outside edge and taken for strike two. And the count is now 1-2. Bases loaded here. 1-2 pitch from Dustin Allen to Jackson Edmond. That one will miss low, and it's now 2-2. Hunter Jansen is in left. Rich Inhofer in center. Kane Peters in right. Owen Cass at third. Kelton Olson at short. Bo Peters at second. Connor Cruikshank at first. Evan Stroud behind the plate. And the 2-2 pitch is line. Caught back to second base. And the ball was dropped by the second baseman. Matthew Hansen will come in to score. The catch was made by the third baseman, Cass. His throw back to second nearly doubled off Nedved at second base, but it was dropped by the second baseman, Peters.
Third baseman for out number 1.
And as the ball got away from him, Hansen took off and scored. So the count, so it's now a 2-0 lead, and the first out recorded, first and second with 1 down. As Cade Kaiser will come to the plate. So the second error of the ball game will be charged to the second baseman and Bo Peters. First pitch is missed outside for ball 1. The soft liner that Cass was able to field, and Nedved got a little bit too far off the bag, but was able to get back in time. And maybe even didn't get back in time either. If the catch was made at second base, he might have been doubled off. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will miss low in the dirt. Good block there by the catcher in Evan Stroud, and the count's now 2-0. 2-0 lead for the Governors here at the top of the first inning in game 1 of the season. First and second with 1 down. Governors put the ball in play just twice and have scored 2 runs. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Catches up high on the letters inside, and it's now 2-1. Cade Kaiser didn't get a whole lot didn't get a whole lot of at-bats. He went 2 for 3 in his 3 at-bats, 5 plate appearances last year. There's the foul back, and it's now 2-2 to Kaiser. It's 667, a triple and a double. So he specifically just went for extra bases, had 2 RBIs, and scored 10 times. Was used as a courtesy runner quite a bit for the Governors last year. Here's the 2-2 from Allen to Kaiser. Swing and a miss. And there's the first strikeout of the ball game for Dustin Allen. And there's now 2 away. And that'll bring up now Jet Zabel. Number 7 man in the order. The right fielder is Zabel. Big lefty. Throws left, bats left. Just can't get away from those Zabels. He was 1 for 1 last year. First pitch is missed low and inside for ball 1. That's okay for the Pierre Governor's standpoint, not to get away from the Zabels. I know that once Jet ends up graduating, that'll end the run of the 3 Zabels that have been dominant in Pierre Governor history in multiple sports. There's a line drive the other way into left field, down for a base hit. Rounding third is Nedved. He will score easily as it gets away from Jansen out in left field. Rounding third is Lettler. He's going to try and score. The throw misses the cutoff man, and Lettler will slide in safely without a throw. And Jet Zabel gets the RBI hits. It's now a 4-0 lead for the Pierre Governors here at the top of the first inning.
Single for Zabel.
A single and an error, the third error of the inning now for the Sturgis Scoopers.
Grayson Hunsley.
And the catcher, Grayson Hunsley, will come to the plate. Lettler scores from first base. Zabel ends up at second. And a 4-0 lead here for the Governors. Grayson Hunsley, the catcher. This will be his first official plate appearance here for the Pierre Governors. Last year, Deegan Huska, Andy Gordon were the 2 catchers for the Governors. Huska dealing with an injury, so he's unable to play this spring as that one's fouled away by Hunsley out of play, and it's 0-1. Not bad there for the Pierre Governor catcher. Step up to the plate for the first time as a Pierre Governor, and why not take a hack? Fouled it away, and it's 0-1. But without Huska, then now the Governors had to try and find someone else to fill that role, and Grayson Hunsley gets that at least the first shot, and he may be the only guy with the shot if he plays well and catches well for the Governors. That one's on the outside edge, taken for strike 2, and it's now 0-2, and a great opportunity for Hunsley. He hit so well in the spring this year, and come back next year, and all of a sudden, no matter what, you find your way to the lineup. Hunsley will fly that one out to shallow center. Moving in is Rich Inhofer. It drops in front of him. Coming in to score is Zabel off the glove of the first baseman and Krushank. And to second base will be Hunsley. And an RBI single for Grayson Hunsley in his first official at-bat as the Governors. Now have a 5-0 lead. And another RBI for Pierre. Put up a handful here in the top of the first inning. And Hunsley stays at second base. We'll have a courtesy runner for the Governors. As here is Brecken Kruger, the number 9 hitter. First pitch swing and a miss by Kruger, and it's 0-1. Kruger last year for the Pierre Governors, he went a batting average of .346. 9 for 26, all hits were singles. Here's a swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2. As Pierre's looking to try and wrap around back to the top of the order here in the top of the first inning. Runner on second, 2 down here, the 0-2 pitch. That one will miss, low and outside. Good block there again. Good stop from the catcher in Evan Stroud, as it's now 1-2. Snow has subsided. Wind still blowing out towards right field. 1-2 pitch comes in and hits Kruger. And we will wrap it back around to the top of the order. The third man that's hit in the order in the inning. And Lincoln Keenels is back to the plate. Keenels reached on an error, got to third base on the air. And coming around to score when Spencer Lettler was hit by a pitch. So now he's got an RBI opportunity. Runners at first and second here with 2 down. Now 5-0 lead. Playing Keenels straight away. Here's the first pitch from Dustin Allen to Keenels. There's a ground ball to the right side. It'll be fielded by the second baseman, Bo Peters. The throw to first will retire Keenels, and that will end the top of the first inning. Well, we had 5 runs scored. 2 hits, 2 errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning. The Governors lead at 5-0 over the Sturgis Scoopers. Back in a minute, your list of Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered.
Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
As we welcome you back here to the bottom of the first inning, Pierre Governors lead at 5-0 over the Sturgis Scoopers. No earned runs in that first inning for Dustin Allen, but the Govs will have a good lead, a handful lead here on Sturgis before they come to the plate as Brady Getz will be on the mound. But first we go through the starting lineup for the Sturgis Scoopers. Bo Peters, the second baseman, will lead things off. He'll be followed by Kelton Olson, the shortstop. Ridge Inhofer, the center fielder, will bat third. Owen Cass, the cleanup hitter, playing third base. Kane Peters, the right fielder, batting fifth. Dustin Allen, the pitcher, will bat sixth. Connor Cruikshank, the first baseman, batting seventh. Hunter Jansen, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Evan Stroud, the catcher, will bat ninth. And Brady Getz, again, on the mound for the Pierre Governors, and he had the most innings of any Pierre Governor last year. 27 2/3 innings pitch. He went 4-2 on the season in 8 appearances, 8 games that he pitched, 5 starts. He had 21 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned runs, 13 walks, 39 strikeouts. He hit 4 guys, a 1.51 ERA, and a 1.22 whip for Brady Getz. So a masterful job for Brady Getz last year as his junior campaign and now into his senior year. He gets the ball to start game 1 for the Pierre Governors. Bo Peters lead things off. The first pitch to him. Swing and a foul tip into the midst of Grayson Hunsley for strike 1. Bo Peters. He is the team leader in plate appearances, at bats, hit so far. Batting .500, 6 for 12, 4 singles and 2 doubles. That one will be taken for strike 2, and the count is now quickly 0-2. Here to the second baseman, Bo Peters. Gets the tall right-handed hitter, their right-handed pitcher. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Upstairs for ball 1. Count is now 1-2. Not a bad spot there. Maybe a little bit too high from Getz, but maybe looking to see if Peters would chase one out of the zone. Here's the 1-2 from Brady Getz. Just a bit upstairs again, and the count's now 2-2. That's part of the Pierre Governor football team for the last several years. Lost a little bit of weight after the season came to an end. 2-2 pitch is popped up on the infield. Grayson Hunsley coming all the way out, and he can't make the catch. And that will result in an error to open things up for the Sturgis Scoopers here in the bottom of the first inning. And one that maybe the wind caught a little bit more than what Hunsley thought. Maybe also what thought that Hansen maybe was expecting as well. So Bo Peters is on. An error will be charged to Hunsley. And Kelton Olson, the shortstop, will come to the plate. Here's the first pitch to him. That one will miss upstairs for ball 1. Kelton Olson so far in the season through 4 games. Batting .500, 2 for 4 so far. He's got the only triple for the Sturgis Scoopers. 1-0 pitch, just missing upstairs. And it's now 2-0 to Kelton Olson. 27 RBIs so far for Sturgis on their 39 runs that have come across here through 4 games. 2-0 pitch, outside edge, up by the letters, taken for strike 1, and the count is now 2-1 here to the Sturgis Scooper shortstop. Peters leads away from first. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Getz to Olson. That one's fouled out of play on the right side, and the count is now 2-2. The big opportunity here for the Pierre Governors with the 5-run lead. The One thing you don't want is to allow Sturgis to score a couple of runs here in this bottom of the first inning. And yes, it's game one, inning one of the season, but it's about creating good habits throughout the entire season. As that one is missed outside, and it's now 3-2, a full count. We'll see if Peters will take off with the pitch, the full count, but nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Getz will come set from the stretch. They'll deliver the 3-2 pitch. Runner takes off. Swinging a pop-up foul left side. That will get out of play. Out in the left field bullpen where there is a man for Sturgis warming up right now. Looks like it's Hunter Jansen that's the one warming up for the Sturgis Scoopers. But the count remains full, 3-2. Peters again. We'll see if he takes off another time. Instead of a check over at first base, Nedved applies a tag, but diving back in safely is Peters. On deck is Ridge Inho for the center fielder. I think he, let's see, a 2019 he got some playing time as a freshman. That one will miss inside for a walk to Kelton Olson. Hit a duck out of the way. And that will bring up now Ridge Inhofer. And Ridge Inhofer feels like this would technically be the fourth year of me calling Pierre Governor High School baseball without the 2020 season. I believe we talked about Ridge Inhofer back in 2019 for Sturgis. First pitch will miss low for ball one in the dirt, and a good block there from Hunsley. Spencer Lettler's out in left field. Brecken Kruger in center, and Jet Zabel in right. Matt Hansen, the third baseman. Lincoln Keno's the shortstop. Cade Kaiser at second. Gary Nedved is at first. Grayson Hunsley, the catcher. Jackson Edmond, the DH. Not out in the field, of course. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Inhofer. That's on the outside edge and taken for a strike, and the count's now even at a ball and a strike. Inhofer so far batting .273. He has hit a home run. 2 RBIs so far in the season. 6 runs have scored. He has scored 6 times. 1-1 pitch. That one is fouled off of Hunsley. And the count is now 1-2. Runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. 5-0 lead for the Pierre Governors. Getz will come set from the stretch. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a line shot. Kaiser makes the catch. Back to first base. They've doubled off Olson at first base, and there's 2 down. A line shot caught by the second baseman Kaiser, and he went to the quick way to Nedved at first base to double off Olson. There's now quickly 2 down. And a good play there from Cade Kaiser. He could have looked at second base, but the sure way to get that double play is to go to first. Actually, with the ball carrying him toward the first base bag. Here's Owen Cass. First pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Cass, part of the Sturgis Scooper football team, quarterback for the Scoopers, batting .333 so far in the season. Just 1 RBI so far for him in the cleanup spot here tonight in game number 1. 1-0 pitch misses and is now 2-0. Runner at second, that is Bo Peters. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Getz. Here's a ground ball left side. Kenols will field on the back end. The throw to first is in time, and that will retire the side. So the Governors, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. Able to work around that leadoff error as we have played 1 full inning. The Pierre Governors lead the Sturgis Scoopers 5-0. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
This is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscape backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here, top of the second, 5-0 lead for the Pierre Governors. John Winkler here on this Friday evening, first of a doubleheader here tonight, then just one game tomorrow. It's a JV varsity doubleheader tomorrow, but we'll have just the varsity game here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. That second game will begin around 3 o'clock Central Time, and that'll be perfect to lead you right up and basically the tip-off of Villanova and Kansas in the Final Four, which we'll have on KCCR. Here's the first pitch to Matt Hansen as we open up things here in the top of the second inning. That pitch is taken for strike one.
Pitch for your Scoopers. Looks like we have a straight switch. Hunter Jansen in the pitch. Dustin Allen to left.
Jansen is now the pitcher here for the Scoopers as Hansen will swing and just get a piece of it fouled away. Dustin Allen moves out to left field in place of Jansen. So Hunter Jansen gets an opportunity here. This will be, he's got an inning and a third so far. The 0-2 pitch. That one is lined to the right side through the hole for a base hit. And Matt Hansen has got the Governor's third hit of the evening.
Up number 17, Gary Nedved.
And it'll bring up Gary Nedved. Leadoff man is on base for the second straight inning. Here to open up the top of the second. And again, go back to Jansen's numbers here. Inning and a third, 4 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks. No walks and no strikeouts. Right now an ERA of 21 and a whip of 4.5. But again, when it's that early on the season, it's hard to have a easy, or a good ERA so far. Nedved will swing and launch this one out to left field. Going back to left fielder Allen, that's over his head. And a one-hop off the wall. Rounding second, heading for third is Hansen. He'll stop up at third base. A stand-up double for Gary Nedved. And the Governors are back in business here to open up the top of the second inning. Back-to-back hits here for the Governors. And Nedved has himself his first of the season, as Spencer Lettler will step to the plate. An opportunity to give the Governors a larger lead here, up 5-0 here in the top of the second. Lettler has an RBI so far. He's hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the top of the first. Here's the first pitch to him. They will say that he swung, and it will be strike one. Looked like it was pretty close to the strike zone anyway, so probably would have been strike one. And here's the 0-1 pitch on the outside edge, but taken for ball one. Now 1-1. Runners at second and third. Nobody out here in the top of the second. 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled back and out of play. And the count is now 1-2 here to Lettler. On deck will be Jackson Edmond. Then following will be Cade Kaiser and Jet Zabel. Govs up 5-0 with those 5 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors in the inning. In the top of the first, left 2 men on base. No earned runs from Dustin Allen that first inning. Here's a 1-2 pitch. That one taken on the inside edge and taken for strike 3. And Lettler will go down on strikes, the first strikeout of the ball game for either side. And there's the first out here in the top of the second, and it will bring up Jackson Edmond, who lined out to the third baseman, Owen Cass, in his first at-bat. The lefty will take ball one low and outside. A couple pitches ago, the pitcher Jansen threw on the outside edge where it was somewhat close, but maybe a little bit outside. There's a swing and a miss by Edmond. Watching a video earlier today of the 97 NLCS. Levon Hernandez and Greg Maddux between the Marlins and the Braves. Those guys were painting everything on the outside edge and well off the plate, and the umpire was just going farther and farther along out of the zone. You can see the frustration of the hitters. I mean, it was a minute and 30-second clip of Maddox and Hernandez just going back and forth. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 2-2. A classic pitcher's duel that also, especially Greg Maddox, just slowly inching off the plate and just trying to see how far that umpire will continue to give him until he finally ended back his way. I mean, he is almost mind games with the umpires. As good as he was able to dot pitches on the outside edge and just keep working a little bit farther out. There's a swing and a miss by Edmond on the 3-2 pitch. He'll go down swinging, and there's now 2 away here in the top of the second. So after the first 2 guys reach on a single and a double, there's runners at second and third, and both Nedved and Hansen. Cade Kaiser all of a sudden comes to the plate with 2 outs, and he's going to put the ball through the infield to try and score these 2 runs. First pitch is taken for strike 1. Kaiser struck out swinging in his first at-bat, so I guess it wasn't the first strikeout for either side on Lettler's strikeout. It ended up being the second strikeout of the day. There's a ground ball off of the foot of Kaiser, and it went foul anyway, so the count's now 0-2. And Hunter Jansen might have settled in here after getting up a leadoff single and a double. 2 strikeouts, back-to-back, and now an 0-2 count to Cade Kaiser, an opportunity to strike out to the side. 0-2 pitch, low and outside, a good block there, and a good pitch from Jansen, good block from Evan Stroud. Counts now 1-2. Jet Zabel waits on deck. Pierre looked like they were in business to score multiple runs again. They still can, but they need a base hit. That pitch is upstairs, and the count's now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A little bit of deuces wild here in the first game of the season. 2 on, 2 out. A 2-2 pitch upcoming here in the top of the second to number 2, Cade Kaiser. There's a swing and a miss, and Jansen will strike out the last 3 guys. It gives up a leadoff single and a leadoff then a double to make it second and third. But he strands those guys on base, striking out the next 3 guys. We head to the bottom of the second. Governors lead Sturgis 5-0. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At the Y, we're more than a gym. We're a cause-driven charitable organization nurturing the potential of every youth, adult, and senior in our community. From advocacy to childcare, disease prevention to athletics, swim lessons to safe spaces, our mission ensures that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, can participate in the services that we offer at the Y. We invite you to stop in and check out our youth sports, summer camps, group exercise classes, swim lessons, and so much more. Discover your why at the Milwaukee Family YMCA in Pierre, where we are for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
As we welcome you back here to Sturgis, it is a 5-0 lead for the Pierre Governors. Joe Winkler here on this Friday evening. First game of a doubleheader. Pierre has a 5-run first inning. Had a good start to that second inning, but Hunter Jansen pitched well after giving up a leadoff single and a double, striking out the next 3 guys in order to end the inning. So here in the bottom of the second, it is 5, 6, and 7 for Sturgis. Kane Peters, Dustin Allen, and Connor Krushank. Allen now the left fielder. Kane Peters the right fielder. Dustin Allen the left fielder, and Connor Krushank the first baseman will have their first official at-bats. Brady Getz in that first inning pitched really well. I mean, leadoff error allowed Bo Peters to reach base. He did walk the next batter in Kelton Olson, and then was able to retire Inhofer on a line out for a double play, and then got to Owen Cass to ground out. So here is Kane Peters as he steps to the plate for the first time here in the ball game. .333 average so far through 4 games. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. So far, Peters 4 RBIs, second on the team in RBIs. Here's the 1-0 pitch upstairs, and it's now 2-0. Whereas it's supposed to be said he's now got 4 RBI. Because it's grammatically incorrect to say RBIs because it's not run batted ins. Here's a 2-0 pitch. It was outside, it's now 3-0. It might be the 4th year that I talk about it, but it was funny listening to Dan McLaughlin of the St. Louis Cardinals TV broadcast. He called all the analytics guys a bunch of nerds telling us how to say RBI. 3-0 pitch. That one is taken at the letters and now 3-1. He didn't like that he had to. I think he calls it RBI now. I don't think he keeps the S on anymore. Tries to be grammatically correct. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one is lined back up the middle, and it'll be fielded by Kaiser behind the bag at second. The throw to first is still in time, and a good play from McCade Kaiser to retire the leadoff man in Kane Peters, and there's one down here in the bottom of the second inning, as it'll bring up Dustin Allen, the now left fielder, who started out on the mound. 5 unearned runs in the first inning. It was replaced by Hunter Jansen, but they went from left field to the mound to left field. So Allen, his first at-bat, 222 hitter so far in the season through 4 games. A little small chopper back to the mound. Keenels will have to field on the run. The throw to first is in time, and a good running play there from Lincoln Keenels. And there's now 2 quickly down on 2 groundouts from Brady Getz. And there's 2 away to bring up Connor Cruikshank, the first baseman. Cruikshank is batting 125, just 1 hit so far. Has scored 1 run, as he has not walked or struck out in any of his plate appearances at bats. First pitch is on the outside edge for strike 1. Getz so far through the first 6 hitters has not got a strikeout quite yet. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Getz. Upstairs, it's now 1-1. Be a fine time to get that first strikeout of the season and of the evening. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Getz. Here's a chopper. Back to the left side. Keenels will come in and field. Gets a nice hop. The throw to first in time to retire. 3 ground ball outs by Brady Getz to retire the side in order. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. The Pierre Governors lead at 5-0 over Sturgis. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
The count may change with every pitch, but what doesn't change is God's love for you. Come join us at Faith Lutheran Church to hear about the God who blesses us with athletic skill, meaningful relationships, and the peace and comfort that comes from his Son Jesus. You can worship on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. or on Sunday mornings at 8:30 or 11 a.m. Faith Lutheran Church is up the hill at 714 North Grand and happy to support our athletes, their families, and our community.
As we head to the top of the 3rd inning, a 5-0 lead for the Pierre Governors over the Sturgis Scoopers. John Winkler here. Friday evening, a doubleheader of baseball to open up the season. It is Jet Zabel, Grayson Hunsley, and then Brecken Kruger. 7, 8, 9 for the Pierre Governors. Jet Zabel got a single. Was able to drive in a couple of runs with an error to the left fielder, and Jansen, who is now on the mound. First pitch is fouled out of play on the left side, and it's quickly 0-1. Jansen settled in after that first 2 men reached base, a single and a double, and that top of the 2nd struck out the side in order to end the 2nd inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Zabel, up high, and is now 1-1. Jet, the youngest of the 3 Zabels. The 1-1 pitch. Outside edge, and it's now 1-2. Peyton at Texas State. Well, that Texas State win over Texas, the number 1 team at the time. That was a fun one to see some video afterward, and the excitement. 1-2 pitch outside, and it's now 2-2. The middle brother, Gray Zabel, at North Dakota State. a national champion, playing for the North Dakota State Bison, the football team. Zabel will line that one out to the left field line, over. Did it land fair? It looks like it landed foul. Did not see a sign for the umpire, but it is a foul ball, and the count remains at 2-2, right near that left field line. And it will remain at 2-2. And Zabel says, why not be a state champion? Well, he is a state champion in football with Pierre Governors. Why not be a state champion in multiple sports? And what better time than in this season, in spring high school baseball season, to try and go win a state championship. But we are as far away from that as possible right now. Game 1 of the season. Got to win a lot of baseball games to get to that point. And then you got to win 4 in a row in the postseason. There's a line shot in the left center field. That's down for a base hit. Inhofer will cut it off before it gets into the gap, and a leadoff single for Jet Zabel. He is 2 for 2 to open up the season for Pierre.
Grayson Hunsley.
And that'll bring up Grayson Hunsley. Here, the catcher, who is also 1 for 1, had an RBI single. So now Hunsley will step to the plate and try and continue to swing a good bat to open up his Pierre Governor career. As Zabel leads away from first. Boy, it's pretty good here. The 7, 8, 9 guys right now have been on base all 4 times they've come to the plate. That one's in the dirt. It was blocked up by Stroud. Got a little bit to his left and far enough away to his left for Zabel to take second without a throw. And he is in scoring position here with nobody out in the top of the 3rd inning. Governors now with 5 hits on the afternoon, or on the evening. It's 6:41 back at the capital city. It is the evening time there. There's a swing and a miss from Hunsley, and the count's now even at a ball and a strike. Hunsley had a strong year for the Hawaii Capitals, getting some varsity ice time. 1-1 pitch. There's a swing and a foul tip into the midst of Stroud, so the count's now 1-2. On deck is Brecken Kruger. Runner on second with nobody out. Hunsley will most likely get some more and see some more ice time for the varsity ranks for the Hawaii Capitals. There's a swing and a miss by Hunsley, and there's a 4th strikeout of the evening already for Hunter Jansen, who has retired all 4 of those guys with strikeouts. And that'll bring up Brecken Kruger, who was 1 for 1 with a, excuse me, he was not 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch. He's 1 for 1 getting on base. First pitch is going to be missing inside for ball 1. I want to say hello to Barry and Kathy Hess. They are making, I'm going to make everybody jealous because they made me jealous. They're, as Brecken Kruger's hit by a pitch again, so it's now 1st and 2nd. Second time he's been hit by a pitch. And it'll bring up Lincoln Keenels back to the top of the order. But they are in bright and sunny Mesa, 80 degrees. Only 80 degrees, as he says in the text message. Only 80 degrees. He said go Gov, so we will excuse everything else. But sunny 80 degrees. I know Rich Shangru was enjoying time in Arizona as well. He might have, I believe he's back in the nice warm South Dakota. I can't even say that without chuckling a little bit. First pitch to Keenels is outside for ball 1. I appreciate those, and if I won't give them my phone number. If you have my phone number, you can send me a text. You can send me an email as well, john@kccrradio.com. That is JON@kccrradio.com. Send me an email and where you're listening from. Probably a little bit warmer than what we are here. Lincoln Keenels will fly this one out to center field. Inhofer will come in, make the catch for out number 2. As Keenels is retired, he is now 0 for 3, reaching on air, but he's 0 for 3. And that'll bring up Matt Hansen with 2 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Hansen so far on the evening is 1 for 1. Was hit by a pitch and also singled. He was stranded at third base back in the top of the 2nd. First pitch, good off-speed pitch that finds the top of the zone for strike 1. Zabel's at second, Kruger on at first. And while nothing really showed of it, the 0-1 pitch is inside. It's now 1-1. It was smart base running by both Zabel and Kruger. Kruger went halfway to second, maybe a little bit more than halfway. Zabel stayed on second, knowing that the ball drops in the outfield. He'll easily make it to third, but also he could find his way scoring. There's a ground ball left side, and then it's fouled down the third base line. The count's now 1-2. But then Kruger, it's a shorter throw from right center field to second base than it is to third base or anywhere else in the field. So Kruger made sure that he was far enough along that he would easily get to second, and if not, maybe get farther out, get to third base if things went haywire for Sturgis. The 1-2 pitch just on the outside edge, missing, and it's now 2-2. And the Deuces are wild again here in the top of the third inning. 2 on, 2 outs, and a 2-2 pitch to Matt Hansen. That one's popped up. Foul territory left side. The third baseman, Owen Cass, and everybody gave up on it. The catcher, Evan Stroud, Owen Cass, they all stopped before the ball hit the ground, and it will fall harmlessly to the ground, and now Matt Hansen's got another life here. Another 2-2 count, another 2-2 pitch upcoming. Zabel gets his lead at second, Kruger at first. Jansen comes set from the stretch, 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Hansen will strike out. That is the 5th strikeout of the ball game already here for Hunter Jansen in 2 innings of work.
No runs.
There was 1 hit, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the third. It is a 5-0 lead for the Pierre Governors over the Sturgis Scoopers. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on a KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
As we welcome you back here and into the bottom of the third inning, Pierre Governors, they lead at 5-0 over the Sturgis Scoopers.
Leading off,
as the 8, 9, and 1 hitters will come to the plate. Hunter Jansen,
number 14, Hunter Jansen.
the now pitcher, will step to the plate, who has done a very good job of in relief. Again, it's 5 runs, but all unearned runs that have scored. For the starter in Dustin Allen, the first pitch is fouled back to the screen and it's 0-1. That's the big thing, though, is the Governors have taken advantage of those unearned runs. They've scored a handful and have a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2. And my dad chiming in. Back in the hometown at Cape Dry, Missouri, it's 52 degrees and sunshine there. The 0-2 pitch is popped up, foul. Grayson Hunsley goes back. He'll make the catch. And a good job there by Hunsley.
Pop up to the catcher.
And there's the first out of the
catcher, number 3,
bottom of the third inning. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Evan Stroud. So we're just about to get back to the top of the order. But Evan Stroud will get his first plate appearance. He has not had a plate appearance or at bat so far this season. So here's his first time to the plate, and he takes the curveball that misses upstairs. He started to buck a little bit. He still maybe had to have ducked out of the way anyway to make sure they didn't hit the brim of the helmet. Here's the 1-0 pitch is popped up foul. That will get out of play behind us. It'll land right in front of a couple fans, couple bouncing plays, and young man will field it on the hop, and it's now 1-1. Which also brings me and talking with Aaron Fable of the YMCA. We were talking about the Savannah Bananas and the craziness of they've basically become the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one is lined to the right field, over towards the line. Coming over, diving, and can't make the catch as Zabel goes off of his glove. Rounding first, heading for second. The throw coming in, and Stroud is on second base with the double. And with one out, that is the first of the ball game for the Sturgis Scoopers. And that'll bring up the top of the order in Bo Peters. So 1 hit, 1 error so far, and 1 walk from the 3 guys that have reached base. As Dawson Inhofer will come in courtesy run for Stroud.
Dawson Inhofer.
So Bo Peters, who reached on an error in his first trip to the plate, the leadoff man in the order, will work from the stretch. Here's the first pitch to him, and upstairs for ball 1. The Savannah Bananas and the foul ball made me think about it, and also was talking with Aaron earlier today about it too. And a foul ball that during their games, the swing and a miss, and it's now 1-1, but a foul ball during the Savannah Banana games, if it's caught by a fan, it's an out. You've got to be careful, because if it's the other team and you're cheering for the Savannah Bananas, which is just fun to say, but if you're cheering for the Savannah Bananas and there's a foul ball, it's almost like you're playing baseball. Somebody's got to call it, give everybody else a chance, give that guy a chance, move out of the way. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one's on the outside edge, and it's now 2-2. So that way he or she can make the catch and retire a hitter in the batting order for their opposing team. They've got wild rules. It is a different atmosphere. There's a ground ball to the right side. Getz will field is off the end of the bats, off the barrel end of the bats from Peters. Getz will field it, throw to first in time. There's now 2 down, but moving to third base is is Inhofer running for Stroud. And now it is going to be Ridge Inhofer. There's going to be Kelton Olson, Ridge Inhofer on deck. So Kelton Olson has an opportunity to bring in Sturgis' first run of the ball game. Here's the first pitch from Getz. There's a line shot out towards left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit, bring in the first run of the ball game. Rounding first, heading for second. The throw coming in. It's cut off by Keenels, a stand-up double. And Sturgis is on the board.
Going to bring up your center field.
An RBI double for Kelton Olson. And it is a 5-1 ball game here in the bottom of the third inning with 2 away. That'll bring in Ridge Inhofer. That RBI by Kelton Olson is his 6th team-leading 6th RBI of the season. And now he's got an opportunity to, standing at second base with a base hit, can make it a 5-2 ball game. Here's the first pitch to Ridge Inhofer. That one's missed outside for ball 1. 2 hits in the inning, 2 doubles in the inning for Sturgis. Here's the 1-0 pitch. There's a line shot back into the left center field gap again. That's going to get down. Another run's going to come in. Out towards left center field. Kruger will cut it off before it gets to the warning track. Another stand-up double. Another RBI double. Back-to-back RBI doubles here for Sturgis. And they've cut the lead to 3.
Going to bring up your third baseman.
As Owen Cass now will come to the plate. So it's now a 5-2 ball game. Trading places was Inhofer with Olson. After Olson traded places with the other Inhofer. That one being Dawson Inhofer, and Ridge Inhofer picking up his 3rd RBI of the season. So there's 2 away. Still here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 outs, somewhat of a 2-out rally here for Sturgis. You can probably qualify it as a 2-out rally. They've scored twice. Here's the first pitch. Here's a ground ball chopper over the mound. Fielded by the second baseman, Kaiser. The throw to first is in time, and that will retire the side. But not before Sturgis is able to cut the lead down. 2 runs score in the inning on 3 doubles. No errors and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the fourth inning. Pierre leads it 5-2, looking to try and add to it now. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on a KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
As we head to the top of the fourth inning, it is a 5-2 lead now for the Pierre Governors over the Sturgis Scoopers. And in the bottom of that third inning, it was a big two-out rally. 3 doubles in the inning for Sturgis to make it a 5-2 game, as it will be 3, 4, and 5 here for the Governors. Gary Nedved, Spencer Lettler, and Jackson Edmond.
17, Gary.
After a 5-run first inning, the Governors look to be well in control, and, well, some of the hardest things to talk or to think about, too, is you're in control, 5-0 lead. Well, baseball is not you can be up by 20 points, 30 points in a game of basketball, football, whatever it might be, up by 5 goals in hockey, and you don't want to put it on cruise control, but you could. You can't do that in baseball. You can't go in cruise control because otherwise all of a sudden that lead can evaporate all within 1 inning and time just doesn't run out on you and for you to get a win. You still got to finish out, and for the Governors, they still had to get at least all 18 outs, or at most 18 outs, or 21 outs. That 2-1 pitch is on the outside corner, is now 2-2. I do math right. 7 times 3 is 21. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Hunter Jansen to Gary Nedved. Swinging a fly ball out towards left center field. That one's going to get down out to the gap near where the snow was still out at the wall. Nedved will round second. He's on his way to third. He's going to try for a leadoff triple. The throw coming in, it's offline, and Nedved has a leadoff triple for the Pierre Governors, and they are in business again here at the top of the fourth inning. Now they just need to add to it here. They need to get those runs to score. And Spencer Lettler will come to the plate. Nedved now 2 for 2. A triple and a double for Gary Nedved. And Spencer Lettler to the plate. 0 for 1 so far. Boy, now this becomes must score here for the Governors. Here's the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Coaching staff again for the Pierre Governors another year. Steve Gray, the head coach. Ryan Kruger and Dirk Campbell, the assistant coaches. As that one is taking the outside edge, now 1-1. Kruger coaching third base. Dirk Campbell over at first base. Also joined the coaching staff, Landon Badger, not here this weekend, but part of the coaching staff this year. 1-1 pitch is missed low, and it's now 2-1. Not to harp on these coaches too much, but a young guy joins the old guys. And depending on what Dirk Campbell nursing a bad back. If he was not coaching, he'd be on the IL for this game. That's outside, and it's now 3-1. He's been trying to walk around for the majority of this game. One, trying to maybe stay a little bit warm, but also just trying to keep the back from tightening up on him. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That one's outside, and Lettler will draw a walk, and it's now first and third with nobody out.
Bring up number 40, Spencer.
And now here is Jackson Edmond.
Lettler. It's going to bring up number 24,
that will
Jackson Edmond.
Bring up the DH, who is 0 for 2 so far. Lined out to the third baseman, struck out swinging, and his 2 at-bats so far. But a big opportunity here the top of the fourth inning to try and extend this Governor lead. Edmond's first pitch right on it, just fouled it back straight back to the screen, and it's 0-1. Game 2 starter, Spencer Kelly says it's going to be him, as he is going to make his Pierre Governor debut. Kelly did not play the last couple of years. There's a ground ball to the right side. It'll bring in the run. The throw to second for one. Back to first, a double play. A 4-6-3 double play turned on Jackson Edmond. The run does come in to score. Will not go down as an RBI for Edmond, but it is a 6-2 lead now for the Governors. And a twin killing that where the Governors felt like they were in a good spot here. A double play. That's why they call it a twin killing. Kind of kills the rally right there for the Governors, but there still is Kate Kaiser the plate with nobody on and 2 away. A 4-6-3 double play. First pitch is missed outside for ball 1 to Kaiser, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Both teams have turned a double play so far. That one's popped up right side. It's going to be tough out there on the right side, but the right fielder in
Pop up to the
right fielder,
number 3.
And Kane Peters makes the catch, and that will retire the side.
Pierre scores 1 run on 1 hit.
1 hit, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Pierre Governors lead it 6-2 over the Sturgis Scoopers. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety.
$9200. James Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we welcome you back here, bottom of the 4th inning. Brady Getz still on the mound here for the Pierre Governors, as it will be for the Sturgis Scoopers. Be 5, 6, and 7.
Number 36, right fielder,
Kane Peters, Dustin Allen, and Connor Cruikshank. As the first pitch from Getz comes in. That one's line to the right side. It will take a 1 hop in front of Zabel. He's going to try it, nearly thought about trying to throw him out at first base. But Peters is on for a base hit on the first pitch of the inning.
Dustin Allen.
And that'll bring up Dustin Allen. So Dustin Allen up to the plate. He was 0 for 1. He grounded out to the shortstop Keenholz in his first trip to the plate. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. As we play here in the bottom of the 4th inning, there's a ground ball in front of the plate. Works as a bunt. Does not get credit, does Allen, for a sacrifice bunt, but he is retired on a 1-3 putout and moving to second base as Peters. So 2 pitches, and we get 1 out and a runner in scoring position. And here's Connor Cruikshank, the first baseman, 0 for 1 so far. Cruikshank and then Jansen. Brady Getz so far 45 pitches. Here's a swing and a miss off-speed pitch that Cruikshank couldn't hold up in time. 45 pitches through 3 1/3. We'll see how long he goes, although it looks like maybe we might have some activity around the bullpen. Looks like Christian Bush is running down towards the bullpen. And that one's outside, and the count is now 1-1. And we're going to have some activity in the right field bullpen here for the Governors. So as Getz is getting closer to 50 pitches, as that one's fouled back and it's now 1-2. Getting closer to 50 pitches, it will be somewhat of a short leash, but in terms of the first part of the season, you don't really want to extend guys too far out. 1-2 pitches outside and is now 2-2. And of course, there's just 3 games, and there's a JV game that will be played before the varsity game tomorrow. But just 3 games this weekend. By the time you get back in a 4-game weekend next weekend, everybody will be eligible to pitch again. So if you have to burn a couple of pitchers, extra pitchers, and you're maybe thinking about, that one's fouled back on the 2-2 pitch, it's not as bad as what it is if all of a sudden you got 3 games this weekend and then another 2 on Monday and maybe another 1 on Tuesday. You have the opportunity to allow guys those days of rest to get back and ready to go for next weekend. That one's popped up right side to Nedved. He'll make the catch over at first base. And there's 2 down now here in the bottom of the 4th.
For out number 2, going to bring up your pitcher, number 14.
And now here is Hunter Jansen to the plate. It was throwing well in his 3 innings. Just 1 run so far in 3 innings of work for Jansen in relief. However, it's a 6-2 lead for the Pierre Governors here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Guess will come set. Here's the first pitch from the stretch. Taken upstairs for ball 1. Looks like it's Christian Bush that is warming up. My eyes are not the best to see if that actually is him or not, but this might be Getz' last inning. That one's down the right field line. That will hook foul. And the count is now even at a ball and a strike to Jansen. Jansen popped out in foul territory to Grayson Hunsley, the catcher, in the bottom of the 3rd inning. He led off the inning with that. Then there's 3 straight, well, it wasn't 3 straight doubles, but 3 doubles in the inning that 2 runs were able to score. That one's in the dirt. Good block there by Hunsley, and the count's now 2-1. So far, no real steal attempts for either team. He had 1 man taken off on a full count pitch. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one's grounded foul to the left side, down the line, and it's now 2-2. And gets a strike away from getting out of this inning. Still no strikeouts for Brady Getz. And for Getz last year, well, he had quite a bit of strikeouts. 39 strikeouts in 27 2/3 innings. He was averaging over a strikeout per inning pitch. There is the first strikeout, a swing and a miss on cue. A swing and a miss, and that will retire the side. Getz strikes out the first man here this evening. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the 5th. Governors have a 6-2 lead over Sturgis. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Fertig Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Fertig Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Fertig Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Fertig Electric, 224-8684.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stomp for block shots, holler for match ceiling takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
As we are in the top of the 5th inning, Pierre Governors have a 6-2 lead over the Sturgis Scoopers. Hunter Jansen back on the mound here for the Scoopers, who's thrown at 3 really good innings so far, and he will deal with 7, 8, 9. Jet Zabel, Grayson Hunsley, Brecken Kruger. So open up here in the top of the 5th inning. Governors are going to be on the road for quite a bit to start the season. Their first home game it will be here before you know it, but it just feels like it's a really long time away. The season goes quickly, but it's going to feel like it's going to take forever for the home opener to get here. Home opener is on April 16th against Brookings. So like I said, it's not that far away, but it just feels like it's that far away. Over 2 weeks away. First pitch is outside for ball one to Jet Zabel. But then after the home opener on the 16th, that doubleheader against Brookings, Governors won't return until they're home against the Huron Tigers on April 26th. That one will miss, as now 2-0. They play just one game against Huron, and then a Friday night doubleheader against Harrisburg at home. Sturgis will come into town in the beginning of May. Rapid City Stevens for a game, as the 2-0 was fouled at the plate, and it's now 2-1. O'Gorman on May 6th, May 7th, Roosevelt for a doubleheader. Jefferson on the 13th of May, and Mitchell to close out the season at home on the 15th. So once we get to the month of May and the Pierre Governors are playing, you know to be at Hyatt Stadium. Because it doesn't matter if you really know it or not. If it's the month of May and the Pierre Governors are playing, you don't have to look to see where they're at. You know that they're at Hyatt Stadium. You just have to look at what time they're playing. Here's a 3-1 pitch to Zabel. That one is skied out to center field. Going back is Inhofer. He'll turn from his right to his left, and he cannot make the catch out in center field. Zabel will stop at second, and a error charge to Ridge Inhofer out in center field, and the Governors have a man in scoring position here to open up the top of the fifth inning.
Going to bring up number 14, Grayson Hunsley.
And Grayson Hunsley will come to the plate. There's still snow on the field. That's out in the warning track areas. A little bit harder to get the sun to hit that those warning track areas out in left and right center field, and a small little patch out in center field. A pretty deep shot out to center field. I believe 420 out in center, 335 down the lines as Hunsley swings and misses at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. 375 in the gaps in left and right center field here in Sturgis. Hunsley will pop that one foul and out of play, and it's now 0-2.
Turn off all balls for the concession
Sun's been
stand.
peeking in and out throughout the evening. Sunset just a little after 7 o'clock here locally. It's sunset set for 7:21 this evening. 0-2 pitch is grounded back up the middle off the glove of the pitcher in Jansen, and the first base will be Hunsley. That's going to be an infield single for Grayson Hunsley.
Infield hit for Hunsley.
And it is first and third. Now with nobody out in the top of the fifth inning, and Brecken Kruger maybe trying to break this one open. Kruger so far has been hit by a pitch, and both times he's come to the plate. Spencer Easlin is the courtesy runner for Grayson Hunsley. First pitch is missed low for ball one. Kruger with hit by a pitch both times he's been to the plate, which doesn't feel good when it's 40 degrees outside. Depending on it, maybe doesn't feel good even when it's 80 degrees. So Easlin takes off for a second. The throw will be wide. Coming to the plate, the throw back to the plate, and blocking the plate up perfectly was the catcher Evan Stroud, and he was able to throw out Zabel trying to score. And the first out here. The throw was wide of second base, allowing Easlin to easily take second, but it came back home to get Zabel out at the plate, and there's now one down.
Caught Stilling home for out number one.
I believe it's a 2-0 count. So there's a runner on second now with one down. That's a tough one for the Governors. Again, a runner on third base trying to sneak one away, and then now Kruger's hitting the helmet. He's been hit all three times he's come to the plate.
Going to bring up your leadoff hitter.
And Kruger is earning his stripes at the plate right now. Third time he's been hit, and that was up at the helmet. And he seems to be okay, and that one maybe a little bit more of a shock than injured, and that's why you wear a helmet. Imagine back in the day, which they didn't throw as hard back in the day, but there was no such thing as helmets. You wear your hat to the plate. Whew. Here's the first pitch to Lincoln Keenels at top of the order, taken for strike one. He has 0 for 3 so far. Reach on air. Ground out to the second baseman, also flew out to center field. his 3 trips to the plate. 0-1 pitch. Keenels will sky that one out to center field. Inhofer starting to come in. It's going to burn him all the way back towards the warning track and all the way to the wall. 2 runs are going to come in to score. Keenels rounding second on his way to third. He's going to stand up 2 RBI triple. And the Governors lead it 8-2. First hit of the season for Lincoln Keenels goes for a triple, adding to what will most likely be a career record of triples for Lincoln Keenels, and one that will be hard to beat by the time he's done with his playing career.
Bring up number 4, Matthew Hansen.
And Keenels has his first triple of the season, and the Governors now lead it 8-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Matt Hansen to the plate. He takes ball 1 with Keenels on at third base. That one comes up high, nearly hits Hansen for another time here in the inning. Hansen was hit by a pitch in the first inning. He's 1 for 2 so far. A 2-0 count here to Matt Hansen. Pops that one foul just to the left of us. And it will be now 2-1. Determined at some point, this is the year. Whether it's in spring or in the summer. Going to catch a foul ball. At some point, going to catch a foul ball. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Hansen. That one will be on the outside edge. It's now 2-2. Hansen, again, 1 for 2 so far. Singled in the second inning. Hit by a pitch in the first, singled in the second. Struck out swinging in the third. 2-2 pitch, misses outside. I guess maybe it's only a 2-2 count, not a 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. And Hansen will pop it up right side. It stays on the infield, the edge of the infield. The second baseman, Bo Peters, makes the catch. And there's now 2 down. And that will bring up the number 3 hitter, Gary Nedved, who hit the first triple of the season as he shot the gap to open up the top of the 4th inning. Came around to score on the double play in that top of the 4th inning. 2 runs here in the 5th for the Governors. They lead it by 6, 8-2. The first pitch was at 4:57 local time, so it's about an hour and a half play. There's a ground ball to the right side for a base hit. And with the center fielder Inhofer playing far over the left side, Nedved's going to find himself a double out in the right center field gap. And Nedved's got an RBI double, and the Governors now lead it 9-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. And Nedved is 3 for 3 with 3 extra base hits. 2 doubles and a triple for Gary Nedved. Also drew a walk. He's been on base all 4 times. And that'll bring up Spencer Lettler. He's looking for his second RBI with Nedved out at second base. First pitch misses for ball 1. So a 9-2 lead now here for the Pierre Governors. There's a ground ball right side pass to diving Cruikshank at first base. Nedved will round third. He's going to try and score. The throw coming to the plate is high. The catch was made. The throw back to second, and Lettler will get to second base on the throw. An RBI single for Spencer Lettler, and the lead is now 10-2.
Lettler scores a run, brings up number 24, Jackson Edmond.
And Nedved scores on the RBI single. Lettler takes second on the throw, his second RBI of the day, and now here's Jackson Edmond with a 8-run lead for the Governors. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Edmond so far 0 for 3. Lined out to the third baseman. Struck out swinging and ground into a double play. That one's popped foul left side. Stays in play. Nearly a diving play out by the third baseman Owen Cass in foul territory. That was a heck of an effort there by Owen Cass to nearly retire the side, but Edmond is now at 1-1. 4 runs here in the top of the 5th inning. After scoring 5 in the first, here's 4 in the 5th. Another run in the 4th inning. Give them 10 runs so far for the Governors here in game 1 of the season. 1-1 pitch, grounded left side. Be a tough play for the shortstop. Bobbled up, no play at all. Lettler nearly tripped over the bag at third base because Ryan Kruger was going to send him home on a throw, but instead he had to stop at third base as it wasn't fielded cleanly by Kelton Olson. That one's going to be tough there. I don't know if Olson's able to throw out Edmond.
Infield hit.
They're going to give an infield hit for Jackson Edmond. And that'll bring up Kate Kaiser now with the mound visit. And runners at first and third and 2 away. So here in the top of the 5th inning, Kate Kaiser, who is 0 for 3, has got an opportunity. 2 runs that are out there on the base pass right now can give the Governors a 10-run lead. And it's a 10-2 game here for the Pierre Governors. They lead it here over the Sturgis Scoopers, and Tana Zabel always the Zabel family always good, asking if I need anything to drink or doing okay right now up here in the press box. I think I am much warmer than anybody else here other than the rest of us here in the press box. That wind not having to worry about hitting me right now with the wind blowing out towards center field. The first pitch is taken for strike 1 to Kate Kaiser. As long as the wind doesn't change directions, I think he'll be good. On deck is Jet Zabel. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is tapped foul right at the plate and is now 0-2. Emmett on at first base. Over at third is Spencer Lettler. A 10-2 lead for the Governors here in the top of the 5th. And an 0-2 count here to Kate Kaiser. Jansen comes set. 0-2 pitch is outside and is now 1-2. Lights are on here in Sturgis. This is the game 1 of a doubleheader. Second game is scheduled to start at 7:30 local time. The 1-2 misses inside. Is now 2-2. You probably looked at the clock. If you're listening back at the capital city or anywhere that's in Central Time, you're going, I don't think they're going to get started at 7:30, but 7:30 local time. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That one is grounded foul. And we will do it again here at 2-2. This is the third time we've had the deuces wild here in this game. 2 on, 2 out, a 2-2 pitch. Even though it's the top of the 5th. But number 2 is back at the plate again, Kate Kaiser. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Upstairs, and it's now 3-2. Jackson Edmond will get a head start. You got to make sure the pitcher and Jansen goes home. Not to get picked off, but he will get the head start here with a 3-2 count. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Kaiser will foul it away, and we'll do it again. And Jackson Edmond will jog his way back to first. Nothing becomes more infuriating to a runner at first base or just a runner that gets the head start at 3-2 and there's multiple foul balls. Here's a 3-2 pitch again. Kaiser will poke this one out towards right field. Going back is the right fielder in Kane Peters. He goes off of his glove, so it will fall down. Edmond will round third. He's going to try and score. And Kaiser will stop at second. Both runs coming to score on the E9, and it's a 12-2 lead for the Pierre Governors here in the top of the 5th inning. And a 10-run lead now for Pierre, which puts the game now into a potential of ending after 5 innings. But it is a 2-base error that allows both runs to score. And now here's Jet Zabel, who led off the inning. That was a high chopper. The second baseman and Bo Peters will field. The throw to first is in time. And that will retire the side here in the top of the 5th inning. But a 6-run inning here for the Pierre Governors. 4 hits and 1 error. 2 errors by the Sturgis Scoopers. So after 4.5, the Governors lead at 12-2 over the Sturgis Scoopers. And they have an opportunity to close it out now with a scoreless bottom of the 5th inning. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heatolator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heatolator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heatolator Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre still wants your trade or your spare vehicle, and we're willing to give you top dollar. And we'll throw in an additional 250 Pierre Pride dollars. Sell us your car, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you an additional 250 Pierre Pride dollars. Trade in your vehicle for a new or different one, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you 250 Pierre Pride dollars. Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayfordtoyota.com.
As we welcome you back here, the now bottom of the fifth inning, and we have a pinch hitter to open things up here for the Sturgis Scoopers. It is going to be Adam Floor.
Number 25, Adam Floor.
Floor will hit for Evan Stroud, 9-1-2 for Sturgis. First pitch to Floor is a swing and a miss for 0-1, and Brady Getz is out on the mound trying to maybe get a complete game here for the Pierre Governors. Floor so far, he's looking for his first hit, 0 for 4 in the season. On base percentage, though, of .333. He's walked twice. That was at the letters and is now 0-2. And Pierre is taking advantage of the errors from the Sturgis Scoopers. 5 in total so far in the game for Sturgis. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just above the letters, and it's now 1-2. They scored 6 runs in that fifth inning to give them now a 10-run lead here in the bottom of the fifth. 1-2 pitch. That one's popped up foul territory. Grayson Hunsley running over, and he can't make the basket catch. Was the only one that could make that opportunity, and it is difficult. You watch Major League Baseball, watch college, and they make it look very easy, but it's hard to run like it is. You know, a lot of times they tell you to, once that ball's up in the air, you kind of turn yourself around. You obviously could not do that. Hunsley could not do that at that time. And it just becomes very hard to track that ball down. So it does fall, and it's now 1-2. That one's popped up right side. Nedved will go over. That will land just foul. Just foul on the right field line. Because Floor nearly had his first hit of the season. But it remains at 1-2. And for Getz, he's not anywhere close to having to be removed for 105 pitches. But although his pitch count might be to the point where they might go and get him anyway, they don't want him to throw more than a certain amount. And the count's now 2-2 as that one just misses up high. Here's the 2-2 from Brady Getz, the windup and the delivery. Taken for strike 3. And there's one down here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
Strikeout for out number 1.
His second strikeout of the ball game for Brady Getz. Then we go back to the top of the order, and Bo Peters. Well, Gary Nedved had himself a first game of the season. 3 for 3, 2 doubles, a triple, an RBI, and he also walked in his other plate appearance. Got on base all 4 times so far in this ball game. Don't want to say that he got on base all 4 times in this ball game because Governors have to get 2 more outs to end this game here in the fifth inning. Otherwise, you might see Nedved come back to the plate again. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss by Peters, and it's now 0-2. It's been since 2019 the last time that we were here in Sturgis. Last spring, the Scoopers made their way to the capital city. They will again this year. There's the 0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and that's 3 straight strikeouts now for Brady Getz dating back to last inning. And there's now 2 away, and the Governors are an out away from picking up a Game 1 win here on the season. If that's the case, we might get that second game started about 7 o'clock Central time, or local time, 8 o'clock Central time. Be about half an hour after this one concludes. Here's the first pitch to Kelton Olson grounded to the left side. Hansen will make the play. The throw to first across the diamond is in time, and the Pierre Governors will win game number 1 of the season. A 1-2-3 inning for Brady Getz, a complete game for Brady Getz, and a 5-inning win, 12-2. The Governors win it over the Sturgis Scoopers here in game 1 of the 2022 season. Back in 3 minutes with our quick post-game show of game number 1. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, let's go. We're going to be late for the baseball game.
I know, my air conditioner is letting me down like our middle reliever last game. I have to give someone a call.
That's easy. Call in the closer, AirTech Heating and Cooling. They use Coleman brand heaters and air conditioners, and like our team's closer, AirTech with Coleman products give us quality and dependability we can trust to win the game.
You're right. I'm going to the bullpen. AirTech, I need you.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Did you ever hear the real story about the old woman who lived in a shoe, who had so many children she didn't know what to do? Well, in the story, she wasn't given much credit. Believe me, she knew what to do all right. She called my mom, Tara, at Kathy Sunshine Properties. She told my mom she wanted a house with 5 bedrooms and a large yard with room to run. Tara found her the perfect house and sold the shoe to a one-legged basketball player.
For your happily ever after, give me a call at Kathy Sunshine Properties, 605-224-5588. That's 224-5588. Visit contactkathy.com or stop by our new location at 301 West Capitol Avenue in Pierre.
As we welcome you back here, it is a final in game number 1, a 12-2 win for the Pierre Governors over the Sturgis Scoopers in 5 innings. As the Govs scored 12 runs on 10 hits, they left 7 men on base. As Sturgis had 5 errors in the ball game, Pierre had just 1 error. For the Sturgis Scoopers, 2 runs on 4 hits, they left 3 men on base. Pierre scored 5 unearned runs in the first inning. Lincoln Keenol's, Matt Hansen, Gary Nedved, Spencer Lettler, and Jed Zabel all came in to score in the first inning, with RBIs from Spencer Lettler and Grayson Hunsley. A lot of errors scored, allowed those guys to score for the Pierre Governors. It was scoreless through the second inning. The third inning, though, it was end up being a 2 runs on 3 doubles for the Sturgis Scoopers to pull 5-2 after 2.5 innings, or after 3 innings. An RBI double from Kelton Olson and Ridge Inhofer made it 5-2. In the fourth inning, the Governors got one back. Gary Nedved had a triple that made it that ended up coming in to score on the double play. It made it 6-2 for the Pierre Governors. And then into the top of the fifth inning, the Governors scored 6 runs on 4 hits. There were 2 errors in the inning. They left 1 man on base. Nedved finished the game 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and a triple. Also had an RBI. He is our Fisher Rounds player of the game in game number 1 of the season. And you got to go with Gary Nedved, who had those 3 extra base hits. And that's what a number 3 hitter, what you like to see out of your number 3 hitter. On base all 4 times, 2 doubles and a triple. But he got a lot of that going. Grayson Hunsley was able to go 2 for 3 in the ball game. As well, Brecken Kruger was hit by a pitch all 3 times he came to the plate. But the Governors with those 10 hits, 5 of those hits came from Nedved in the 3 spot, Hunsley in the 8 spot. As the Governors are able to spray around a couple more hits. Lincoln Keenels finished 1 for 4 with a triple, scored 2 times as they win game number 1, 12-2 over the Sturgis Scoopers. Leave Spencer Kelly be the starter in game number 2 for the Pierre Governors. We'll make sure about that once we get to game number 2 here in just a little bit. But for the Governors, that's what you want to see in that first game. Took advantage of the errors that Sturgis had. You're able to score runs and score multiple runs. They ran into a couple outs, but they were able to get themselves into a good spot to pick up win number 1, as we will here talk with Coach Steve Gray at the end of this first game. As Coach here in game 1, that's a good start for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Put the baseball in play like that, we'll take that anytime.
I guess I give you a chance here to catch your breath after walking up the stairs. But Brady gets through well. He was able to get through 5 innings. What was the pitch? Were you thinking about maybe getting him in that last inning, even though you had a 10-run lead, maybe trying to get him to hold him?
You're always trying to be ahead of the game just in case. I mean, it's early. We don't want to run him too far. And, it was just the idea you got to be ahead of the game. They squared him up a couple times that 1 inning, and it's just like he just want to be ahead of the game because the top of the order was coming up.
And for a guy, Brady Getz, who was your most reliable pitcher last year with those 29 2/3 innings, that's the perfect, almost just about the perfect start that you want to see out of your number 1 guy to open up 2022.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Brady was going to be ahead of everybody. He's been working since January, so he knew I had the ball game 1. Back in January when we started getting together and doing some stuff, and he's a bulldog. He'll go out and get her done.
Gary Nedved's a guy that doesn't get cheated on any swing. He will mash the ball at when he gets a hold of it. He went 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and a triple. That's your number 3 hitter. Again, you can't ask for much of a better production out of your 3 hitter.
That's what we love about Gary. He just doesn't get cheated. The old dude, he goes up there and rips, and that's what he's there for in the 3-hole.
Lincoln Keenels had a triple. I mean, that 5th inning was a big one because in the first inning as well, you took advantage of the errors that Sturgis had. You guys limited your errors on the field, but you're able to take advantage of their errors.
Yeah, absolutely. Just keep putting the ball in play. I mean, we talked about that. Strikeouts, you don't have to defend. You put the ball in play, keep pressure on them. There's a couple innings got extended because of some miscues on their side, and, we'll take that. It was a good team effort, good pitching effort, good. Grayson did a great job behind the plate, man. That's the first time being out there in the varsity game. He did a hell of a job.
And that's something, too. Grayson Hunsley, who, and doesn't matter what level you are. Once you get to that varsity level and how many games you've caught beforehand, there's just a little bit extra nerves going in, and he did a fantastic job behind the plate.
Yeah, he did, and Brady's not an easy guy to catch because he's got some, his off-speed stuff's tough, and Brady, he's a little tougher to catch than an ordinary pitcher.
Going into now to game 2, it's you got 1 win, but you haven't got that second one yet. How important is a good start going into game 2?
It's great when you can run Lincoln out the first guy at bat. He just seems to set the tone for the whole thing, and it's nice having him on our side. He makes great plays in the field and just sets the tone for a lot of stuff.
Spencer Kelly is your game 2 starter. What this will be his first chance to pitch for the Pierre Governors. What do you want from him?
Spence same way. Him and Brady have been working hard since January, and they're I would say arm strength ahead of everybody else and ready to go. And I know Spencer will be a little nervous and a little amped up, but he's watch him in the bullpen. He's going to throw strikes.
Coach, I appreciate the time.
Yeah,
congratulations
absolutely.
on game 1.
We'll take one and get another one before it starts snowing again. And always interesting in the middle of a game. You get a little sunshine, a little snow, a little sun, and and then it starts getting cold.
Is it a little warmer up here in the press box than it is out
It's
there?
not too bad. The wind's not blowing too hard, so
Okay.
it's not so bad, but it is not snowing, so that's a good thing for this time of day.
That absolutely is. Coach, I appreciate the time.
Yep,
Good
no
luck
problem.
in game number
Yep,
2.
thanks.
That is head coach Steve Gray of the Pierre Governors. They win game 1 12-2, and they will have game 2 coming up here in just a little bit. So if you are watching on KCCR Sports for the first time or don't remember from last baseball season, don't worry here. We're going to give you the key here is we're going to end the broadcast on KCCR Sports on YouTube. We'll come back with game 2 here in just a little bit. But what we're going to do on the air on KCCR, you heard it earlier in the evening, but we're going to hear from News Director Zach Nelson. He'll have the news coming up here in just a little bit. So we're going to take a 3-minute break and come back with our news from News Director Zach Nelson here in just a little bit. You're listening